Good morning, students. Let us continue our session, practice session on atomic structure. So we'll be solving today some numericals in continuation with previous lecture. Let us have a look at the first question today. The orbital angular momentum of a p electron is given as. So you are expected the orbital angular momentum varies from orbital to orbital. So what is the formula for orbital angular momentum is represented by capital L. So orbital angular momentum is represented by capital L. So it is root over L into L plus 1 into h by 2 pi. This is the formula. Students, you have to be pretty careful. This orbital angular momentum is independent of n value, principal quantum number. It is dependent only on L value. That means for s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, f orbital, its orbital angular momentum varies. You can see here, you can calculate for s orbital, it is 0 into 0 plus 1 into h by 2 pi. Similarly, for p orbital, it will be 1 into 1 plus 1 into h by 2 pi. Similarly, for d orbital, it will be 2 into 2 plus 1 into h by 2 pi. Similarly, for f orbital, it will be root over 3 into 3 plus 1 into h by 2 pi. So, here the question is for a p electron. So, you can calculate. So it comes out to be h by 2 pi because L into 1 plus 1 into h by 2 pi, it will be h by root 2 pi. Let us see the second question. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Extra stability, option A, have a look. Extra stability of half-filled and completely filled orbitals among S and P block elements is reflected in trends of ionization energy across a period. Extra stability of half-filled and completely filled orbitals among S and P block is reflected in electron affinity is given here. Here ionization energy is given. Aufbau principle is incorrect for the cases where the energy level difference between Ns and N-1 d subshells are larger. Here you have to find the incorrect statement. So incorrect statement will be Aufbau principle. You know very well, when there is a extra stability, what happens? For example, let us understand the option A. For example, chromium is 3d4, but what happened? 3d5 is the basically an exceptional configuration. Because of this, what happened? It got an extra stability. So this extra stability, that is the reason why IP trend is more. IP increases because of this. I hope you understood. Even electron affinity also increases. So extra stability basically to half-filled subshells is due to higher exchange energy changes. In our previous discussion, I explained what is exchange energy. So here we have a more exchange energies or high exchange energies. Now, the velocity of electron in the first orbit of hydrogen atom as compared to the velocity of light is very simple question. It's pretty simple. Velocity of electron in the first orbit of hydrogen atom. So, you know very well. So, here the electron is transiting here electron is moving in an orbit, n is equal to 1 for hydrogen atom. You know very well. So, what is the formula? Velocity is equal to 2.18 into 10 power 6 by n into z by n actually. Z by n meters per second. Agreed? So, let us see here. Here it is calculated in centimeters per second. That is the reason why here 10 power 8 is taken. And what is the n value, student? N value is here 1. So, n value is Vn. What is the z value, students? Z value is also 1. So, you know very well, velocity, 1 second, we'll wipe it off this part. So, velocity is directly proportional to z and inversely proportional to n. In this case, z is equal to 1 and also n is also equal to 1. I hope you understood. So, if you do it, so it will be 1 1 by 100th as compared to the velocity of light. So this will be the answer. Okay. Now let us understand another question, very important question. This has been asked in the previous examination. Photoelectric emission is observed from a surface for frequency nu1 and nu2. So here they have given the frequencies as follows. For example, let us assume it is a photoelectric surface. Okay. And you know very well it is having a nu1 frequency, incident frequency, and also a nu2 incident frequency. And now nu1 is greater than nu2. Here what is given? Nu1 is greater than nu2 is given. Well, if the maximum kinetic energies of the photoelectrons in the two cases are in the ratio 1:k. So in this case, in the first case, kinetic energy is given as 1. In the second case, kinetic energy is given as k. Then the threshold frequency nu naught is equal to, you know very well, W is equal to H nu naught. So you have to find the nu naught. Nu naught is equal to how much? That is the threshold frequency. You know, here the metal is same, only single metal, but you are operating two incident frequencies, two incident radiations of different frequencies. So that is nu1 and nu2. So that is the preliminary understanding. So let us solve this question. So you know very well, E is equal to W plus KE. You are very much convinced with this. So E, that is E1. This is E1 is equal to, so this is W plus KE. So you have written two equations. Here nu1 and nu2 are two frequencies here, and you know its work function is same because you are taking the only single metal. So I hope you understood. Now from this you can manipulate this. So here from H nu1 is equal to H nu naught plus 1 by 2k, yeah, because it is given. So KE1 by KE2 is equal to 1 by k. Now you can write here KE2 is equal to k into KE1. I hope you understood. So I hope if you substitute that way and if you solve, naturally you will be getting nu naught value k nu1 minus nu2 by k minus 1. You solve it. The same question I have solved in photoelectric effect numericals. You can also go through it because of the importance again I have brought in here. So I hope you are very clear about it. So here this is KE1 KE1 is equal to 1 by k KE2. Yeah, I hope you understood. You can substitute the values and you will be getting the answer. Please work out this. Now next question. The maximum wavelength of light that can excite an electron from first to third orbit of hydrogen atom is. So students, already you have studied delta E in our earlier session. Delta E is equal to 12375 by lambda in angstroms. This you have studied, you are convinced. Now it's pretty simple. Here transitions are given as E3, and here you can have a look, third orbit and first orbit. That means E3 minus E1 is equal to 12375 by lambda. And you know very well E3 means what? E3, this is for which atom? Hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom is equal to minus 13.6 into Z square by N square. Z is for 1 square by N square is 3 square. So that means that is equal to minus 13.6 by 9. So you know first orbit is minus 13.6. So you get 12375 by lambda, and you can calculate, you get 1030 angstroms. Mind you, here you are getting the answer in angstroms. Actually it is nothing but Hc by lambda, but Hc value is how much? 12375 in angstroms. It's pretty simple. Now let us move on to the next question. So the question is as follows. The velocity of an electron placed in the third orbit of hydrogen will be, is a very simple thing. So first of all, hydrogen atom is given. When hydrogen atom is given, naturally, so Z value will be 1. Which orbit? N is equal to 3, and you know 10 power 8. So you can take 10 power 6 is in meters per second, 10 power 8 is in centimeters per second, because here in the options, so it is centimeters per second is given, so better you take 10 power 8. 10 power 6, so 2.18 into 10 power 6 into z by n. This is the velocity in meters per second. So in centimeters you can take care. I hope you understood. This is 1, n is equal to 1, and here n is equal to 3. You can solve the question pretty simple. The orbital diagram in which the Aufbau principle is violated is. These questions are pretty much important and very frequent. So, and where it is very confusing for the student. So Aufbau principle is something associated with the energy levels. You can see here the electron is so not filled and it is jumped to the other energy level, so it is wrong. First of all, the lowest energy levels must be filled prior to the higher energy levels. Now let us see the another question. The kinetic energy of an electron in the second Bohr orbit of hydrogen atom is. It's pretty simple. So here what you do is, you know very well, energy is equal to minus Ke, or you can write Ke is equal to minus energy. So energy value, you know, n square h square by, so you have, 4 pi square, you have the formula is there. So you work out, the second Bohr orbit is given, so you can work out in that, you will get the answer. So I hope you understood. So energy formula, so you have to write here the energy formula. In the energy formula, if you substitute the second Bohr orbit, so naturally you will get the answer. So you get C. So you take the general expression of energy, not minus 13.6. You can take the general expression, and because the general expression is in the terms of, so I think it is in the terms of pi, m, z, e, k and all. So take the general expression and substitute, you will get the answer. I hope you understood. Now let us see the next question. The work function for a metal is 4 electron volts. So 4 electron volts, if you supply, you can knock out that electron. To emit a photoelectron of 0 velocity, so 0 velocity means naturally kinetic energy is 0. That means the incident radiation is equal to, so nu is equal to nu naught. Lambda is equal to lambda naught. If nu is greater than nu naught, then kinetic energy will be there. Agreed? So nu is greater than nu naught, naturally it leads to the kinetic energy. Or lambda is greater than lambda naught, it leads to the kinetic energy. But here there won't be any emission. No photo, I mean to say 0 velocity will be there. 0 velocity. Emission will be there, but 0 velocity will be there. I hope you are very clear. Now that's what so h nu is equal to work function plus Ke. So the incident radiation is used to do the work function and kinetic energy, but kinetic energy is 0. This is what exactly I mentioned. So naturally h nu, that is energy, is equal to 4 electron volts. So naturally you know very well. So E is equal to hc by lambda, but hc value is how much? 12375 by lambda. So what is the lambda? E value is 4. So naturally lambda value you can find out in angstroms, because already in angstroms is given. You can use E is equal to what is it? 12375 by lambda angstroms. I hope you know. E value is given how much? 4 electron volts. Next, let us see the next question. For a particular value of azimuthal quantum number, the total number of magnetic quantum number values are given by. It's a pretty simple question. You know very well. M is equal to 2L plus 1. This is very, very important. Yeah. So, for example, for s orbital you take s orbital. For s orbital, how many m values you have? M is equal to 2 into 0 plus 1. That means it has only one value. That is, what is it? 0. M is equal to 0 for s orbital. For p orbital, m is equal to 2 into 1 plus 1. Am I right? 2 into 1 plus 1. So it will be so 2 plus 1, that will be 3. So what are the values? M values? M value will be minus 1, 0, plus 1. Similarly, for d orbital, m is equal to 2 into 2 plus 1, that is equal to 5. So what are the m values? So minus 2 to plus 2. I hope you understood. So from that, if you take m is equal to 2L plus 1, naturally L is equal to M minus 1 by 2. So naturally B is the right answer. I hope you understood. So M value is equal to 2L plus 1. That is how, S orbital is having only one magnetic, one orientation. That is, P orbital is having 3 orientations, and D orbital is having 5 orientations, and F orbital is having. So, but S orbital is non-directional. That's why only one, spherical. Yeah. Now, let us see the next question. So, the wavelength for H alpha line of Balmer series is 6500 angstroms. Thus, lambda for H beta line of the Balmer series is a pretty simple question. Now, first of all, let us find out the H alpha line of Balmer series. You know very well, 1 by lambda is equal to Rydberg constant into Z square. Z is, but Z value is be 1. Z value will be 1 into 1 by Balmer means 1 by 2 square. Now listen carefully, students. H alpha line. For H alpha line, N2 value will be 2. So next value, Balmer series 3. It will be 3. So it will be 3. So it will be 3 square. I hope you understood. Now similarly, what you have to find here, lambda value you have to find for H beta line you have to find. So lambda beta you have to find. Agreed? So now here H beta means what? Beta means N2 is equal to 4 and N2 is equal to 4. So I hope you understood. So here, you can calculate and you will be getting 4814 angstroms. Yeah. Now, so here this value is given 1 by 6500 angstroms is equal to R into 1 by 2 square minus 1 by 3 square. So you get the R value. This R value substitute here. Then you get lambda beta. I hope you understood. Now, the orbital angular momentum for d electron already you know very well. L is equal to root over L into L plus 1 into H by 2 pi. So that is equal to 2 into 2 plus 1 into H by 2 pi. This is the answer. If you simplify, you get root 6. So naturally, this is equal to 4 plus 2 into H by 2 pi. So you get root 6 H by 2 pi. So this is the answer. A is the answer. Now, let us solve the next question. It's a very important question. Now, let us have a look. Now, when photon of energy 4.25 electron volts strike the metal surface. So here you have a metal surface. Now something is striking here. So it is striking. What is striking? Energy is given how much? 4.25 electron volts. So on the metal A. So this is metal is A. Let us take this metal as A. The ejected photons have a maximum kinetic energy Ta. So these are having kinetic energy is equal to Ta. Okay. Now these are expressed in electron volts. And the de Broglie wavelength as lambda A is the de Broglie wavelength. The maximum kinetic energy of photoelectrons liberated from another metal. So he has given another metal here. Another metal. Now from this another metal, this is metal B. Let us take this is metal B. Now, photoelectron liberated from another metal, photons of energy 4.7 volts. So here, energy is applied how much, students? Here energy, this is EA. Let us take EA. Here let us take EB. Here also KEA you can take. It is given as 4.770 volts. Fine. Now, if there is a relation is given, TB is equal to TA plus, here relation is given. TB is equal to TA minus 1.5 electron volts. 1.5 electron volts is given. If the de Broglie wavelength of photoelectron is lambda B is equal to 2 lambda A. Now what you have to find, students? So you have to calculate. So the associated, then we'll see workout. So here you know very well. So energy is equal to work function plus kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is given as TA for first. So naturally, so first equation you got kinetic energy is equal to energy minus work function. Energy minus kinetic energy is equal to of A is equal to energy of A. That means energy of the incident radiation minus work function. Similarly, TB is given already. So similarly 4.7 minus, so I think you got two equations. Okay. Now you write TB minus TA. TB minus TA you calculate. So if you calculate, naturally you will be getting 1.75. W minus WA you get 1.75. Go back. So the work function of each metal you have to find out. So you got one equation. What equation? So you got an equation, WB minus WA is equal to 1.75. So let us find out the other one. Now you know very well lambda is equal to H by mb, because now the kinetic energy of a particle, it may go as a particle, this may be a kinetic energy once it is knocked out, or it may go like this also. That means that it is having lambda. I hope you understood. Once it is knocked out, it may travel like a wave also. I hope you understood. It may travel like a wave, or it may travel like a particle. So it may travel like a wave also once it is knocked out, once the electron is knocked out. I hope you understood. So H by mv. So you know very well H by root over 2m ke. Agreed or not? So you substitute here lambda b by lambda a if you write. So because lambda is inversely proportional to kinetic energy, now you will be getting this, because it is given here. If you go back and see, there is a relation given. What is the relation? Lambda b is equal to 2 lambda a. So one second. Lambda b is equal to 2 lambda a. I hope you are very clear. Now substitute the values, you get lambda b by lambda a is equal to 2. Similarly, TA means kinetic energy. So TA by TB is equal to 4. Now if you substitute these values, you know very well TB is equal to TA minus 1.5. TB is equal to TA minus 1.5. You know very well. So in the from the first equation. So if you substitute, you get TA and TB values. So similarly, work function values also you will be getting. So please check out, once solve it, so you get the answer. The work function is 3.7. So please try to solve this question. So, and this is just a simplification only. So here relation is given, lambda b is equal to 2 lambda a. Similarly, you have to find the work function. Let us see the next question. An electron, a proton and an alpha particle having a kinetic energy of 16e, 4e and e. So now try to understand, students. Here lambda is equal to h by root over 2m ke. Here alpha particles are given. Here for ke of electron is given as 16e. Similarly, kinetic energy of proton is given as 4e, and similarly kinetic energy of alpha particle is given as e. Now de Broglie wavelength you can see, and naturally you know very well lambda is inversely proportional to root over ke. So this fundamental you should be aware. So when lambda is inversely proportional, when for example 16e is having lowest wavelength, next will be 4e, next will be e. I think it is pretty simple to understand and assimilate. Now let us see the next question. Which of the following set of quantum numbers represents an impossible arrangement? So let us see it is possible or impossible. Let us see option A. So 3, n is equal to L is equal to 2. Which orbital? D orbital. For D orbital, minus 2 to plus 2. This fine, plus half fine. So first is feasible. Now let us see the second option, B. Now 3D, but here I hope you understood. M takes the values from minus L to plus L. So B is the wrong option. So let us see the C also. 4, yes, S orbital it is right, and spin also is right. And for fifth, 5 F, for F orbital 0 exists and minus 1 minus half exists. I hope you are very clear. So next, the first emission line of Balmer series for hydrogen spectrum has the wave number equal to. So very simple. The first emission line is given. So what is the meaning of first emission line? So this is the Balmer series. This is the Balmer series. In the Balmer series, you have n is equal to 1, 2, 3. Balmer means here everything will be landed here. Agreed or not? So that means this is the first line. First line means n1 is equal to 2 and n2 will be equal to 3, and very simply you can solve this question. It is nothing but H alpha line. What line? H alpha line. Or I can say it is having longest wavelength or minimum energy. So I hope you are very clear. So with this numerical, now let us see one more numerical. According to Bohr's theory, the angular momentum of an electron in the fifth orbit is pretty simple. MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi is the Bohr's quantization principle. MVR is equal to fifth orbit is 5 into H by 2 pi. It's a pretty simple, straightforward question which one can effortlessly answer. So I hope you are very clear with the numericals. So I suggest you to solve more and more numericals to have a reinforcement. So when you solve numericals, you get a good conceptual clarity. So I wish you solve more questions on it. Thanks for bearing. Good day.